Welcome to Lady Red Crafting. I'm Katie. Today we're diving into cozy vintage fall crafts, warm colors, timeless textures, and charming DIYs that you'll love. So grab yourself a hot beverage and let's get started. Grab some pumpkins, pearl beads, and a beautiful napkin. We're going to start out by prepping our napkin by just removing the back two layers of this napkin. And I found this napkin at Home Goods. It's one of my favorite places to find beautiful napkins for the season. Next, I did grab one of the little pumpkins here, and I'm going to grab some Mod Podge, and we're just going to paint a nice coat of Mod Podge over the top of our pumpkin. Next, I'm going to layer that piece of napkin right over the top of the pumpkin. And I'm going to position it so that I'm only getting the flowers on the pumpkin. I do not want that border. Now let's just layer a piece of parchment paper right over the top. And using a hot iron, I'm just going to iron my napkin right onto my pumpkin. Then we're going to remove that piece of parchment paper, and using a little sander, I'm just going to sand the edges of the napkin right off of the pumpkin. Now, you may have noticed that I didn't paint this pumpkin first. So I am going to show you another way of doing this. We can paint the pumpkin first using a lighter color paint. Typically, I use white or off-white paint underneath. And then we're going to do the exact same step where we're going to add the Mod Podge, iron on our napkin, and then we'll go ahead and sand it. And I want to show you what they look like side by side so you can kind of see the difference where you can see a little bit of that wood below it, and then you can also just see it with a little bit more sharper image. So this kind of gives you an idea of how you can make different things look with decoupage, and you can make decisions on how you want to do your decoupage. So for today's craft, since I'm going more for that vintage shabby chic look, I decided to just do the wood pumpkins underneath. So to make this garland, I did need 5 pumpkins total. So we already did our first pumpkin, and we're just going to iron on the napkins onto our next 4 pumpkins. And using my little zip sander, I'm going to just sand any of that excess napkin off. Now, for the back sides of these pumpkins, you could paint them, you could stain them. But for me, what I decided to do was just decoupage them as well on the back side, so it had that same look on both sides. So now once you have both sides of your pumpkin decoupage, I went in with my little weeding tool to just poke a hole back into our pumpkins. Now to seal our pumpkins in, I am going to place all of them on a piece of cardboard. Next, I'm going to grab my Rust-Oleum clear enamel, and we'll take everything outside and spray a nice coat over the top of one side of these pumpkins. Now, once this has dried, we'll go ahead and do this again on the other side of our pumpkins. Now, let's prep the rest of our pieces. I have this lace panel that was in my stash that I had bought from a thrift store last year, and I've used it for quite a few crafts. It was a great purchase. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut 6 strips of this lace panel. The length on this is about 13 inches, and the width is a little over an inch. These don't have to be perfect. We want them to kind of be irregular. We're also going to need these pearls from the Dollar Tree. So I will be using 6 strips of lace, 5 pumpkins, 36 pearl beads, and some twine. Now, to assist in stringing my beads, I did add a little piece of tape to the end of my twine, and I just wrapped that around. And this just made it more like a shoelace so that it'll be easier for me to do all of my beading. Now I'm going to start by just doing 3 beads, then I'm going to add my pumpkin, and then do 6 additional beads. Once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and add another pumpkin. And so I'm going to keep this really loose with the beads and the pumpkins. And this will make it easier for me to put bows of the lace strips that I have in between some of those beads. So I started at the beginning with one lace strip, did the 3 beads, pumpkin, then I put 6 beads down, and then I spread out those beads and I put the lace strip between beads. So there's 3 beads on either side. Then we have another pumpkin, and then I'm just going to keep repeating this pattern. So while we have a quick moment, I want to tell you all about this fun playlist I'm a part of this month, a Shabby Chic Vintage Fall. Our hosts this month are the Fifth Sparrow No More, Up All Night DIYs, Shabby Meets Bling, and Indiana Jones. The links to these amazing creators are down in my description box below, as well as the playlist. So please check them out, let them know I sent you, and give them some love. Now let's get back to our video. Once we get all of our lace bows attached to our garland, our Shabby Chic garland is complete. I just love the vintage feel that this garland has. Let me know what components of this garland you like best. Do you like the pumpkins, the pearls, the lace, or all of it together? Let me know in the comments below. And if there's something that you would change or do differently, I would love to hear that as well. So Dollar Tree carries the Seaglass over in the floral section, and you can get a package with blues and whites or whites and greens. So I grabbed a package of each and I pulled out some of that white Seaglass. Now I'm going to take a piece of cardboard and I'm going to tape down some of these Seaglasses to it. This is going to make it easier for me to paint them. The paint I'm going to be using is my Murano glass paint, and this is from Folk Art, and this is the gold metallic color. I'm just going to add a little bit on top of each one of these glass pieces, and the directions say to make sure to use a white brush when you're doing this, so I actually used my Mod Podge brushes to spread this around, and it just really was a nice way of spreading that paint on there. So if you haven't picked up these brushes before, they're really versatile. So I'll put a link for them in my description box below. So once I had a single coat of this paint on my little Seaglass, I went ahead and I washed my brush and I let these dry. Now, I had this little acorn wood piece in my stash from Dollar Tree, and I had painted it white some time ago, and I'm going to repaint this using my Martha Stewart bronze metallic paint. And I'm just going to do a nice coat of paint over the top of the acorn and along the sides of the acorn as well. Now, it did take 2 coats to get a solid coat because that first coat, you could still see a little bit of that white. So you do need to make sure when you're using these metallic paints to do at least 2 coats. Now, once all of our pieces have dried, I am going to take that Seaglass and I'm just going to position it on the top of our acorn. And I'm just going to move the pieces around until I find the right position for all of my pieces. Next, I'm going to come back in with my E6000 glue, and we're just going to attach all of our Seaglass to our acorn. I'm just adding a little dollop on the bottom of each one of these pieces and just placing them back where I had them. And now that our Seaglass is attached to our acorn, I'm going to grab a piece of vintage lace and I'm just going to hot glue that to my acorn. And now we just trim the extra lace off of the acorn and save that for another craft. Now our cute little vintage acorn is complete. I just love how this turns out. It's got this glam look, but then also has that soft, shabby chic look to it. What do you think? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you're enjoying this content, please consider hitting that like or subscribe button below. Thank you! Yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. I did take this Dollar Tree cupcake pan apart to make this craft. So to do this, all you have to do is pop out the little cups from the pan. And it's actually quite simple. Now, I haven't tried this with any other pan from another store. I think the Dollar Tree ones are maybe not made as robust as other pans. So this is probably why we're able to do this. So now let's take 2 of these little cups and some E6000 glue. We're going to take the glue and we're going to put a bead of glue around the perimeter of one of these cups. Then very carefully, we're going to set the second cup on top to make a little ball shape. And I do hold this together for a few minutes, and then I just set this aside for about a half an hour till it dries. While this is drying, let's go ahead and make a stem for our little pumpkin. I decided to use these little wood snowman that I had in my stash from Dollar Tree last year. And I'm just painting the snowman black so it'll be a cute little stem for our pumpkin. Now, if you don't have one of these, you can use a dowel, you can use a cork, a spindle, or any little piece of wood that you might have in your stash. And now to attach our stem to our pumpkin, I'm just going to put a bead of hot glue right on top of the pumpkin, and then I'm going to set my little stem right on top. And of course, for a final touch, I have to add a little bow right to our pumpkin. And now this quick and easy little pumpkin is ready to display. I just love how this turns out. I feel like you could totally do different things with this by stenciling or maybe adding more ribbon around the perimeter. But this is such a fun and unique way to make a pumpkin. So these orange pumpkins at the Dollar Tree are definitely a staple. And I had some in my stash that, well, have seen better days. But instead of throwing them away, I am going to go ahead and remake this pumpkin. To start out, I'm going to pour some baking soda into a little bowl here and a little bit of my Waverly chalk paint in the color Moss. And this is about a 1-to-1 ratio. It's not quite perfect, but you know what? That's okay. We're going to take a little brush and just mix that in together. And once that is mixed in together, it should be a really thick paste. And now we're just going to take that and paint our pumpkin. This paint, since it is thick, is going to fill in some of those holes in our pumpkin. And it's also going to give it a really nice texture. It's going to look a lot like concrete. And once I got to a point that I couldn't paint any more of the pumpkin without getting really messy, I went ahead and I just wrapped my brush and my paint up for about an hour until the other paint dried. And then I'm going to come back in, flip my pumpkin over, and finish painting. Now, once this has dried, we could just add a stem and be done with our little pumpkin. But I did want to make this one a little more cozy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this lace trim that I found at Walmart, and I'm going to add that to our pumpkin. I'm not going to add it to the whole entire pumpkin, but I am going to add 3 strips of this lace to our pumpkin. So to start out, I do want to measure my lace, and I'm going to just take that and wrap that around our pumpkin, and I'm going to let it overlap by about 1.5 inches, 2 inches. Then we're going to cut our piece of lace and then repeat the same step for the next 2 pieces. And I found that it was really easy to just lay this lace out and then cut 2 additional strips. Now let's start by adding our first lace strip. I'm going to lay the pumpkin right in the center of the strip, and then I'm going to take both ends of the lace and I'm just going to stuff that right into the hole that's at the top of this pumpkin. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take the 2 strips that are remaining and I'm going to make an X. And then we're going to set the pumpkin in the center of the X, but we're going to position it in a way so that everything's kind of alternating around the other strip. And then we'll go ahead and do 1 strip and stuff that into the hole there, and then we'll do the 3rd strip. And for me, I didn't need to use any hot glue to keep this in place because when I stuffed that into the pumpkin here, it really held nicely. But if you felt like you needed to do a little bit of hot glue in there, you could do that as well. Now here is what my pumpkin is looking like right now. For my stem, there's a lot of different things you can do, but I'm just going to use one of these little wood pieces that I had from the Dollar Tree and stain it with my Waverly Antique Wax. Another idea would be using a branch. You could also use a little wine cork if you have one of those. Now, once that has dried, I just went ahead and inserted this into my pumpkin. Now, I did not use any hot glue on this, but you could totally use hot glue if you needed to. I just love how this cozy pumpkin turns out. The lace gives it such a softer look, but if you didn't want that look, as I said earlier, you could forget the lace and go more of a concrete look for your pumpkin. Let me know what you prefer in the comments below. Do you like a softer fall look or do you like the concrete and more modern look? Hi everyone! I wanted to give a big congratulations to our August contest winners. Maria for her beautiful little scarecrow, and Crystal for this adorable pumpkin centerpiece. If you would like a chance to win fun prizes, be sure to sign up for Lady Red Crafting newsletter. You'll get exclusive giveaways, craft inspiration, and all the latest updates delivered right to your inbox. To sign up, just look in the description box below and click on the link. Don't miss out, join us today, and let's get crafty together. Thank you so much for crafting along with me today. If you enjoyed these vintage fall DIYs, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a project. You can also sign up for my newsletter for extra tips, freebies, and behind-the-scenes fun. And when you're done here, be sure to check out the Vintage Fall playlist linked below with even more inspiration from some amazing creators. And as always, please remember, craft more, stress less.